coming to you live from somewhere around the world.
He is the greatest streamer we have ever seen in our generation.
It's the one, the only.
Live from the heart of Mexico.
The man who's a bit silly, and the man who will make the next minutes of your life beautiful.
It's your boy. It's your boy Amreezy. One of the greatest intros on YouTube.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Road to Sorare Boss episode where we follow my journey in the wonderful world of Sorare. Welcome, my name's Amreezy. First things first, I was going to change. For the stream. I was like, shall I put a football shirt on like usual? Shall I put a little jacket on like usual? New rules, I'm wearing vests now because it's February in Mexico, okay? Starting to get warmer. And I'm already envisioning March, April, summer months. It's going to be really hot when I would usually wear a vest in the house. That's my current setup. So I'm just going to keep wearing the vest on stream. So get used to seeing my skinny arms. Yes, come on. Welcome, guys. My name's Amreezy. Welcome to Kerry in the chat earlier, asking where your boy is. I'm here, Kerry. How has your Sorare week gone? You're enjoying seeing MLS boys in the lineup builder? We'll get to that. We will get to MLS, K-League, J-League, all of those new leagues and what to do. I'm having a little freak out that I may have made a mistake going into K-League. I've not bought any cards yet, so I think now is the best chance for me to just kind of go, let's just stop, pause, and take a look at what other people are doing. Kerry, I might have a look at your gallery today, might see your MLS cards and go, okay, are those the kind of players I should be going for? But yes, we'll get there. On the Twitch, True Star, a person I've not seen in the chat for a long time. I'm good, True. How are you? How's life? I hope everything's going well. I am distracting myself with Web3 football games. That's basically what I've been up to, and trying to raise a 2-year-old. I hope yours has been a lot less stressful. So yes, we'll do all the usuals today. We'll look at how my midweek lineups have gone, where I'm currently, I mean, there are still some games to go, but I'm currently on course for a tier 1 in All-Star card. That's not bad. We'll show you that later. And it's been a fairly quiet midweek. We've got some good Premier League fixtures coming up this weekend, especially for Chelsea, my beloved boys. So Chelsea, good fixture. We'll have a look at that. All of the Premier League. We've got to build our lineups. I will be building my Premier League and all my lineups, actually. I think I've half built one lineup, but we'll build the rest on stream. And I don't think I've got any new cards. Oh, wait. Zuta very kindly gifted me 2 K-League Classic cards. So I guess I've got those 2 new cards. Should we start with that? Should we start with looking at those 2 cards? Or should we... we'll wait. We'll hold on. We'll do the usual order. True Star's all right. Just been chilling and yeah, less stressful. That sounds good to me, True Star. That sounds good to me. Good to see you again. The name rung a bell. I think from my Minecraft streaming days. So good to see you still out there. Kerry's in the chat at the wheel again. Kerry, I still don't know if I'm at the wheel or if you're at the wheel. So if we could get that cleared up one of these days, Kerry. But welcome. I hope all is well in Kerry Kenshin's world. The 2 Kerrys are in the chat. You love to see it. My bestie, Hoodwink, the man. Right, while Hoodwink's here, let's quickly fire all the K-League questions. Let's do K-League section now. So, I'm looking at K-League, right? I'm looking at K-League, and one of my big concerns is with Premier League. The big lesson I learned is don't go early access, ever. Don't stop going early access. It wasn't worth it in Premier League. It wasn't worth it in La Liga. So my instinct is I shouldn't go early access with K-League. I should wait 2 or 3 weeks till all the hype's died down and the cards are cheaper. So I'm not thinking of buying any K-Leagues cards early access. Do you think that's sensible, or do you think that I'm missing out on the hot streak ×3 bonus? What are your early? Because I get it. If you're a K-League fanatic, if you love the K League, I get why you want to get early access K League cards. It's why I did early access Premier League cards. But if somebody was like, didn't know anything about the K League, and they were like, I like if someone didn't know anything about the Premier League, but was like, I kind of want to play Premier League, so I don't want to spend that much. I just want to make it more fun for me to watch Premier League games. I wouldn't recommend early access. I'd say second international break of the season, buy your cards cheaper then, and then enjoy the league. So that's what I'm thinking of doing K League. Truthstar knows a Korean who sports Suwon Blue Wings, but they're in the second division. Ah, yeah. They're not covered in Sorare. Unfortunately, it's only first division. It's only first division. I think only Hoodwink follows the K League. Yeah, I think Hoodwink might be getting paid by the Korean government to just keep pushing the narrative that the K League's the best league in the world. And God bless him. God bless him for doing that. He's doing it with passion. He's doing it with vigor. And I must still. Here's the other thing. I've not watched the Ramble Sorare K League stream yet. I've got that to watch this evening. I will watch the Ramble K stream. I've not watched Andrew Led's K League special that he did like yesterday or the day before. I've got that to watch. So I'm planning one big evening of K League research where I basically just watch those two streams and then decide if there's bargains. Because also, David, aka the legend that is SR Monkey, did send me a little message earlier today when I said, oh, I was gutted I missed the Ramble stream live. He did tell me there's quite a few K League players out there who have got really low L15s because they're new to the league that not many people know about, and they're quite cheap. So I could also go for that route. I could also go on the kind of save my sort of, well, who's my team? The Steelers or who's the best one? The Pohang. I could get the Pohang and the Citizens, those two teams. I could get their cards a bit later, and I could go for a few bargains first. But then also Jeonbuk. It's Jeonbuk. Jeonbuk's the team that won the league last year. They're the ones that seem to be. They've got a great goalkeeper, a great defender, but also Hoodwink. Yeah, Spenny. That's the thing. Spenny for Essence at the hot streaks. So if we go to game week 56, which is what I've done, and then we find the K League. Why is it not there? Is it game week 2057? When's the first K? Here we go. The first K League competition. Is there no leaderboard? So there's no cash to be won in leaderboards. And then on the hot streaks, you can only win Essence. And what I'm concerned about is, yes, it looks nice now, but after after you get knocked out of the 3x competition, those prizes are going to be 500 if you hit 340, 250 if you hit 340. Wait, what? Oh, your first lineup 500, you hit additional lineup 250 essence. That's not much essence. That's hardly anything. That's really small. So yes, it looks nice while it's boosted. And like how I played the Premier League is I was like, listen, the 5x hot streaks at the beginning of the season were very fun. But I always said once they're done, $5 for the first hot streak in Premier League is kind of nice. It's kind of worth it. If you get your cards in like 1 month into the season, you can grind $5 prizes quite easily, and it's kind of good. Whereas with K League, if I get my cards a bit cheaper, I'm going to be grinding 500 essence, which by the way will be so K League essence only. So I'm going to buy more K League cards to play this, to win more K League essence, to craft more K League cards, to play this. It's like, I don't see it being as kind of appealing reward-wise. I do see it being appealing fun-wise and having fun, learning a new league. But if I'm playing like that, I don't see the rush to buy early access cards. Basically, that's my thinking on K League and my concerns. If anybody watches this video in the future, has more knowledge on K League, please let me know if I'm really overlooking it or, you know, what am I missing out, basically. Is the championship on here? And thanks for the 5 bits, True Star. The championship is on here, True Star. Basically, they don't make new championship cards every season. But if there's like old cards that now play in the championship, like a team that got relegated last season from the Premier League, you can play them in the championship competitions. First 2 streaks are essence and then $25 from streak 3. Okay, that is key information. That is not very obviously visible on this page. So Sorare, that you might lose a few viewers like me who aren't seeing that of okay, it's here. Forget what I said. Okay, so streak 1, but okay. So streak 3 is when you can start winning cash, but you need good cards. So then my other thing is, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get cheap cards. I don't want to get. I want the smashers only. I think if I'm gonna be playing K-League, which I will be playing K-League in some capacity, it's whether I play now or in like 3 or 4 weeks. I think I need the big guys. I need the spenny guys because if you're gonna hit the cash prizes, the only way you're getting there is if you have the John Book boys. If you've got the John Book boys and the citizens, for me that's what I'm thinking. Citizens and John Book. Maybe I've got £60 in my balance right now. I'm prepared to spend all of that, maybe a bit more. Leaderboard is only essence, but it's under arena or leaderboard. Okay. I mean, naturally, I gravitate towards where you can win some cash. So this is the mode where I can see cash streak rewards after a certain amount. Now, these are boosted. So it will be $25 usually, which is okay. $25 for streak number 3. If you get the K-League Smashers, you know, you get a goalkeeper for like 35 right now. That's the John Book goalkeeper. Cards are going to be so much cheaper after the fight. That's what I'm thinking, Kerry. I think the sensible thing to do here is to ignore the boosted, ignore early access, and wait till everybody's frustrated with the K-League and the 5x is gone. It's not even 5x, it's 3x. But I do risk the wrath of losing Hoodwink's passion. Oh, that's the leaderboard link. Okay, I thought you were swearing, Hoodwink, because you were angry that I wasn't going to buy early access K-League cards. If you want 50k for Essence for the win. Yeah. I do want 50k Essence. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Let me see if I can find that leaderboard organically. They don't make it easy, do they? They don't make it easy to find. K-League, it should be here, like K-League 1, and then bang, it's there. Exactly. Who doesn't want 50,000? Like, who doesn't want 50,000? So I'm still on the fence, basically. I just think I'm going to be tempted into getting a couple of early access. But maybe if I hold off the expensive players, maybe if I wait a few weeks for those, I don't know. Oh, it's a hard one. It's a pickle. I missed this one earlier. Breno Herculano. What a name. As one of the cheap strikers mentioned on the stream that you could pair with your boy Oliveira. Ooh. So how much would a Breno Herculano set me back? I love his name. There he is. Ooh. Only £4.32 right now. Now, why is this? So this is a great example of having a bit of insider knowledge. Because if I would assume this guy is avoidable because he's got, you know, I have no data on him. So like, what's this guy's story? Why is he now going to be playing? Was he playing for a different team last season? Last season he was playing. Okay, he wasn't playing in K League. Last season he was playing for Goiás. Or is he playing for Goiás now? No, now he's playing for Anyang. So he's 26. What makes you? Why are you so certain, Hoodwink? Why is this guy going to smash? Basically, let me add him to my watch list. Well, I'll wait till. Oh, I might sneak a sneaky bid in. It's a shame I don't have market credit discounts. If I had market credit discounts, I think I would throw myself at this. No, don't follow. Where's add to watch list? Am I missing all the tricks? There's no add to watch list. Oh well. Oh well. What about if I click? What's that do? What does that do? Nope. Forget it. Forget it. I tried. I got bored. 50k League Essence would seem like a chore to burn through. Yeah. I mean, it would make for great content. Let's be honest. I'd do a cracking crafting video, 50k crafting video. It'd be like an hour and half an hour and a half of just me crafting K-League cards. He replaces Bruno Motta, who's gone to John Book. He might be rubbish, but he could be Motta level, so worth a punt. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think early access, go for a few punts. The ones that, and also if I wait 3 or 4 weeks, I can then study who's actually started the season well. And then if they have gotten the same prize, at least I've got the added bonus of like knowledge of like they've started the first 4 games of the season. Bosh. Manito, welcome to the chat, Manito. And he's new, so he can't be added yet. Ah, he's new. Gotcha. That's why he's wearing shirt number 0. Okay. Well, let's get off him before everyone spoils it, before everyone finds out. I wonder if he's got any manager sales. Have people started putting manager sales? It's too early for manager sales. Interesting. Right. Let's take a look at how I've done midweek. So look at this lineup. I mean, there's this lineup with some Crystal Palace players here. Probably not the best lineup. Not going to win 100 essence, but I think there's still games to play. 0% of games played. That doesn't make sense. Oh no, Crystal Palace are playing right now. Live. Well, come on, Crystal Palace. Mitchell's not playing. Gutted. So that's probably going to ruin a good reward there. In All-Star, this is the lineup that we are currently 13th in. Currently 13th. And Trossard has just been such a nightmare to own. When I got Trossard, I was so cocky. I was so like, oh, I've done some amazing trading. Oh, I've got an amazing deal here. £5.95. I was like, what a bargain. Arsenal usually starts left wing. What a player. And since that cocky moment, he's had one good game against Sunderland. I think I bought him around here. And he's just ruining my life. Trossard is ruining my life. Look at this. Just ruined my life in this lineup. I could have put Julian Alvarez quite easily. 74. And then all of a sudden, we're looking at big prizes. However, a tier 1 card is a good prize if I can hold on to it. There are 40% of the games to go, so it might be a tier 2. But still, encouraging lineup. The sensible pay is probably waiting, but degens aren't sensible. Yeah. If I hadn't have burnt so much money, if I hadn't have spent £80 on a João Pedro, if I hadn't have spent £70 or £80 on a Robert Sanchez, I might be willing to. I've done my degening this season, basically. So I feel like with K-League, I have to be a bit more sensible. Come on, Kerry. Come on, Kerry. Get on board. This lineup's doing okay. And Nottingham Forest are still playing. So if Elliot Anderson and Gibbs White... I didn't see that result coming. 3-0. Forest against Fenerbahce. Away. Away at Fenerbahce. Forest are winning 3-0 right now. Didn't see that coming. So Nelson Semedo is going to give me a bad score. And Nkunku stopped his goal scoring run. And that's all we had midweek, basically. That's all we did midweek. So this is my big lineup. Happy days. Shall we build some lineups for the weekend? Let's build some lineups for the weekend where... Oh, let's have a look at how I'm doing on my winter set thing. Because... Come on! We've hit the winter streak. We've hit the winter streak number 1. Trossard couldn't ruin this lineup. He tried, bless him. Leandro Trossard, he tried to ruin another one of my lineups. But Morgan Gibbs-White and Ismail Assar were having none of it. Now, why can't I get those scores on level 2? Why can't I do that for level 2? Because 350, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, 350 would have got me through this. And this happened last time. This happened last time I did the whole winter set thing. The first level, I got 410 points. And then I failed all my lives on the next stage. So once again, we've smashed this stage. Once again, thanks to a midweek European set of fixtures. And it's going to be tricky midweek. So I will be able to build. It doesn't let you build it now, which is slightly frustrating. Like, I can't add another team for the next stage. Like, I can't cash out. I should be able to cash out this lineup now and start building my next one. But I need to remember to do that before the Premier League. Because I've got a lot of Premier League fixture, a lot of Premier League cards. And Chelsea have got a good fixture, so I can put in a couple of those. Oh, almost got my first icon land on stream. That would have been. It was this in the end, but it could have been that. Could have been this. That could have been live footage of your boy. We'll take the 500 essence and move. We've not collected a 3-star player, but you can't hit that every day. You can't hit it. Right, let's build some pro lineups. That's your winter set update. So I have built 2 Premier League lineups. That's all I've built. 2 Premier League lineups, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a Chelsea fan, and Chelsea are playing Burnley at home after a week's rest. No midweek football for Chelsea. Everybody fully fresh, so it should be the A team against Burnley at home. Cole Palmer and João Pedro up front. Fernandes, Wesley Fofana, Sanchez. I would, if I was playing my strongest Chelsea lineup, I would put Caicedo in midfield. But as you can see from this lineup, I needed an in-season midfielder, and I didn't have any good in-season midfielders except for Caicedo this week. So these are my 2 serious lineups. Caicedo makes sense to move him across there, give him the captaincy. Cole Palmer with the captaincy here, Sanchez and Caicedo there. So this lineup, we've got the 2% team bonus, which is quite nice. We are relying on Kirkes to play and Gakpo to do well. Gabriel should do okay against Spurs away. You know, it might not keep a clean sheet, but I can see him scoring, getting an assist like he did at Wolves. So I'm really excited about that Chelsea line. I did get stung by Chelsea a few weeks ago where I was in this exact same position, and I was like, Chelsea playing Wolves. I think it was at home. Was it at home or was it away? It might have been away. Oh, no, it was Leeds. It was Leeds at home. Leeds at home. And they drew 2-2. So I was like, didn't fancy that. They didn't fancy that. However, they did show a lot of character against Leeds to go 2-0 down and then come back and win 2-2. So, True's calling it a clean sheet. That makes me feel more confident. Maybe I should put 2 defenders in. Actually, no, Cucurella is injured. I would have also liked Cucurella instead of Fofana, but Cucurella is injured. True. I mean, I'd love it. I'd love it if it happened. I'd love to play my Tottenham in-season cards in Championship next year, but I think that now that they've sacked the manager, they'll probably stay up. They've got too many good players. But I love the dream. I love your dreaming. I love your aspirations. Keep it up. So, if this Chelsea lineup wins, I get 2.5 grand. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna win. How am I not gonna win? This is gonna be my first podium of the season with this lineup, surely. And then that 2.5 grand pays for everything. You better believe I'm going early access K-League cards if I hit 2.5 grand this week. Right, let's build the last 2 Premier League lineups, which are in Division 2 and Division 3. Now, I don't have any good midfielders. With Robert Sanchez in goal, I wouldn't be confident against it. Yeah, no, me too. Me too. And also, I think Hato will be at left back, and he's not fully settled in yet. So, yeah. Right, we do have 1 in-season goalkeeper left. Vicario at Spurs. So, the Spurs goalkeeper is our only in-season goalkeeper. And the reason why that's important is because it allows me to play a classic midfielder. Because, oh, wait, I've got Cherky. But we're not certain Cherky's going to play. Well, let's see what RotoWire says. RotoWire says Cherky will not play. They're saying it's going to be Semenyo, Foden, and Bernardo Silva on the wings. Nico Riley and Rodri. Haaland's questionable. If Haaland is questionable, I wonder if Semenyo plays up front. He missed the FA Cup game against Salford, although it's not a big risk. And Marmoush would replace him. Okay. So it won't be. So yeah, that doesn't help me with the Cherky decision. Andre Santos. I don't know if he plays. He has played against Wolves and Leeds, but then again, his scores haven't been amazing. Ryan Cherky is giving me a headache. He's come off the bench in the last 2 games. I don't think you can risk Cherky. Gibbs White against Liverpool is a tricky fixture. Then we've got Guimaraes and Grealish. Whereas if we don't pick a classic player, we could play Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Declan Rice. There's just better midfielders. We could double up on Cole Palmer. I like the idea of going Cole Palmer in midfield. And then we go... Because Arsenal haven't been great. Arsenal drawing to Wolves 2-2. Part of me thinks Spurs might beat Arsenal. I'm going to go against True Star here. True Star saying Tottenham are going down and that Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet. I've built one lineup with that logic, with Gabriel in defense. The other lineup, we could build with the opposite logic. The Arsenal have drawn to Wolves. Who did they draw to before? They drew another game before Wolves. Either way, Arsenal aren't in the best form. Tottenham have sacked their manager, so maybe the players are going to be up for it. It's at Tottenham Stadium, and maybe they smell blood. Now, I've got a Romero, but he's suspended, and I've got a Porro, so I can't double up on the Tottenham defence. Oh, not really got any good defenders, have I? Lewis Hall against Man City away, not a nice fixture, and Cucurella is injured. True, they do bottle, but Tottenham are the worst at home. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I've only got the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper on this game, I don't know how much you know about Sorare, true, but as you can see here, he doesn't need to keep a clean sheet. If he makes lots of saves, he'll get a good score. It's a little bit like FPL, where if a goalkeeper makes lots of saves, they can still give you a good score. So as long as I don't put any other Tottenham players in the lineup, we should be okay. I think we have to go Lewis Hall. Because he's the only other defender who's playing. Unless Achipong gets a surprise game. Who do Rotowai I think plays in Chelsea's defence? They think it's going to be Hato, Fofana, Chalobah and Reece James. I might just not build a second lineup. Because I don't want to get relegated from Division 2. What's Manito saying? What's Manito chatting? Manito's always got some good advice. There will be lots of the same formations. The bonus collection will be the difference. Ooh. Have we done that? Okay. We could go for a surprise Newcastle victory against Man City with Gordon, who's been in good form, Anthony Gordon. He got 4 goals in Europe. Will he play, though? Will he be rested? Surely not against Man City. Surely Gordon can't be rested here. Lewis Hall, Gordon, both projected to start. And then we need one more. It just feels like this should not be a Division 2 lineup. It feels like this should possibly be a Division 3 lineup. Cunha away at Everton. He has had 2 poor games lately. But I believe he's still in the starting team, Cunha, no? Yeah, he should still start. Everton... How are Everton doing? Everton, where are they in the league? Let's get an Everton player up. Everton 8th. It says there. It's been telling me all along 8th. It tells me. Oh, Amreezy. I got a 19%. Jeez, Kerry. 19%. What a 19%? What is that like in season? 5% team bonus, and then is he like a level 8 card or something? That's crazy. I hope he smashes for you. I think I'm gonna go Cunha. You know, why is he 40% chance to play? This is a horrible lineup. I'm not putting it in Division 2. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put that in Division 3. I mean, I'm just gonna build 3 Premier League lineups this week. I've not. We'll use the cards in other lineups, classic lineups. And then if that's the case, maybe we shouldn't waste our Cole Palmer. Maybe we should go for a Declan Rice against Arsenal, but then I've got Rice against Vicario. Doesn't feel healthy. We could go Cunha, because if Cunha does something great, I'm going to be so annoyed I didn't go for him. So instead of Anthony Gordon, we could go Cunha, and then It's a Division 3 lineup. I'm not wasting one of these smashers. Have we got another Manchester United player or a Man City player? What's Foden? Where's Foden? Let's put Foden in there. 30% chance of playing. Oh, no way. Why? Nah, Foden's playing. So we've got Foden and Turkey against Hall in it's just, let's not think about it too much. Let's not. And then Captain Cunha. Because if he's going to play, we need him to do something. Okay, that's my Premier League lineups done. Bosh. Feels a bit weird not having 4 lineups, but you saw the options. You saw the injuries. You definitely saw the suspensions. Let's head over to Spain. Let's head over to sunny Spain and see what our fixtures are looking like. Right, we've got Villarreal. Oh, Villarreal, good fixture. We've not had a good Villarreal fixture in a while. Well, we have, but they've not been doing well. So let's build a Villarreal lineup. Let's put that in-season Villarreal stack to use. Oh dear. Oh dear. Juan Foyth is still injured. Cardona played last game, but now they're saying he won't play this game. Villarreal do that. They do play a player, then they rest him and they play a completely different player the next game. They've got like 3 options in every position, Villarreal. It's a ridiculous squad. Yeah, they're saying Pedraza is going to be at left back. All right. We're not going to be able to build a complete Villarreal lineup. So instead, our options are Kike Salas, who's playing Getafe away. Getafe 11th, Sevilla 13th, bit of a mid-table 6-pointer. Or we've got Carlos Romero, but he's got a tricky fixture. Atletico Madrid. However, Atletico Madrid aren't doing amazing, I feel like. But then nor is he. Look at these scores. All right, it's between Salas and Romero. Or we use a classic defender. That Zagreb result stinks for my defensive stack. Is that today's result, Carrier? Are Zagreb playing today? Or because they had a bad result last weekend, didn't they? Last weekend, they ruined my contender in-season lineup. Or Schalke. Basically, Schalke or Zagreb, one of them ruined last week's lineup. It was both of them. Oh no, Zagreb won 4-0 last weekend, but he didn't play. That was it. He didn't play, and then Schalke had a terrible score for the goalkeeper. And then midweek they've lost 3-1 to Genk. Yeah, that's why I only put one Zagreb player in my midweek lineups. For me, Zagreb is for the weekends. It's for the league and contender in season. It's not for European fixtures. Except for this guy. Misic is a baller. Misic. Doesn't matter who he's playing. Wait, why is my Mac screen slightly off? We'll move that later. But yeah, Misic. Just, steady, good scores, even in hard games. So we like Misic here. Lost 3-1 at Genk. I mean, I don't like to see it as a Dynamo Zagreb fan, because I'm thinking maybe they're not going to be as confident at the weekend. Maybe it's going to knock the players' belief. Hopefully not, but Right, we've got a goalkeeper. Now, one other option we could do is we could go Espanyol against Atletico Madrid and then play the Espanyol goalkeeper. Oh, we have a Villarreal goal. We have a Villarreal defender in Classic. We could put big Santiago Mourinho in there. And then we could field 5 Villarreal cards. Papagay in midfield. Pepe and Georgie up top. No, this is silly. Sociedad have got a great fixture. Sociedad have got an amazing fixture. Will Sergio Gomez be playing? He was benched against Real Madrid, but this is an easy fixture. Will he play against the easy game? Was he just being rested for Real Madrid? Come on. Tell me he's playing and I'll play him. Oh, they think it's going to be these two. No, he's going to play at left back. Did that last week. I checked it. I checked him. They said he was going to play left back. Then he didn't play at left back. I think we have to risk it. Thiago Almada might start a game. What's happening? What's gone wrong in the world? Why is Thiago Almada going to start? He never starts. Thiago Almada, there he is, because Gonzalez is out with muscle injury. Not a long one, expected to return soon. Okay. So Thiago Almada might get a game. Then that decides what we do with the defender, because we're not going to go for the Espanyol defender if we're going to go for Thiago Almada in midfield. So we go Thiago Almada, which means Kike Salas is in defense. And then we've got a classic card. Oh, Rafinha. Rafinha's back. Rafinha's back. A Levante at home. Are you kidding me? What a fixture. Let's just double check Road to Wire. Let me double check Road to Wire. They're saying Rafinha, Lamal, Ferran Torres. Now, am I going to... Is it a waste? Nah, it's not a waste. You put your best lineup out. Okay, that lineup doesn't look so bad. I'm not confident about the Salas in defense. I'm not overly confident about Almada, but you never know. If he's at least he's going to predict it to start. So the other option was to go for the Sociedad midfielder, but if he's not guaranteed to start, he goes in the weaker lineup. He goes in this lineup here with the classic goalkeeper of either Dimitrovic or Severa's got Girona. Ooh, but I do have other Alaves cards I could play with him, so maybe that should go in another lineup. So we could go for Espanyol because we've got the Espanyol defender, so we'll double up an Espanyol here and hope that they surprise everybody and keep a clean sheet away at Atletico Madrid. Then we need Pepe. I guess Papagay. And I quite like the idea of playing Blanco in a classic lineup with my other Alaves cards. So he's not an option. So it's either Georgie, who's been on a good run lately. I think it's got to be him. He scored in his last 3 games. He scored in 3 goals. You don't take a player out who's smashing it like that. You probably have to captain a player like that. Although Pepe's also in good form. But he did have 1 week where he had a week off. Let's just double check Pepe and Georgie are going to be playing. Pepe and Georgie expected to be both up front. Boom. That looks good. That doesn't look good. It looks okay. It looks like it might hit the bottom streak, which we always need to hit. 360 points is our target every week. And then we'll just build a throwaway one, just to build a bit of XP on any cards that maybe somehow get a game. Why has this guy stopped playing? Or just stopped scoring well? He was doing this earlier. And now he's doing this. Maybe this is the week where he gets back to winning ways. Silliest logic ever. And then, when you're not going to be in that lineup, you 3 are injured. So, Edu Exposito or Mariba. He's a 40% chance to play. He's a 40% chance to play. Let's go Edu. Unless, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we captain, because that lineup's going to be bum rubbish. Right, La Liga, done. Who's next? Contender in season. The Zagreb Schalke Alliance. Who are Schalke playing? Who are Zagreb playing? Schalke are playing FC Magdeburg, who are 16th at home. Hello, Schalke defensive stack time. It is time for the Schalke defensive stack. Unless Zagreb have got a really good fixture. Zagreb are playing, away at the team who are 4th. And they're just playing a European game against Genk. So I will fully expect rotation here. Okay. We'll pick Misic, obviously, because I've not got any other midfielders in season. But what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, what we'll do, and you don't usually see me do this, we will double up on the defense because I don't know who's going to be better to pick because they've both literally got the same L10, a really similar L40. I guess L5, Kurakai's been edging it, but Kurakai has had his odd days where he gives you a low score or as a DMP. And then Katic didn't play like a few weeks ago. No, he's always played, but gives you a low score. This Bochum game really sticks in my head as like a game that hurt me because I had a few of them and they got bad scores. But I'm going to double up on Schalke defense. At home to 16th in the table. So my extra card is the two defenders, the goalkeeper, Misic, and then we're allowed a classic forward, which is good because all of a sudden the Dynamo Zagreb strikers that I was getting a lot of joy with are no longer in the first team. It's like they watch my videos and they go, Amreezy's picked you both. You're now going to be 30% and 20%. When they were 90% players, both of them before. And like this guy scores previously on Hoxha involvements. Currently on Hoxha. A waste of whatever I paid. So classic forward from contender. Exciting. We could go for Correa, who's been scoring for fun lately. Angel Correa, although Pachuca isn't an easy fixture. And some of these recent performances have been against... Oh no, he scored against Cruz Azul. He scored against Forge FC. And he got 2 assists. Oh yeah, Santos doesn't count. Santos is an easy game. So Correa is... But then again, Correa was on a horrible run before that. But Correa is a great option. Juka hasn't really got going at Monterrey yet. Hasn't really shown his Atlas form of, say, this period. Yeah, Kerry, it's got to be Correa, right? Unless someone can convince me there's a better forward. I do want to get this right. Correa did play. Let's check Road to why I think Correa will start for Tigres. They're projecting Correa to play on the left. No, they've got that wrong. Aguirre will be on the left. Correa will be up front, surely. Correa's not a left winger. Cambindo against Santos. Really easy fixture there. Santos, I went to the Santos game last weekend and it was terrible. Santos were awful. They lost to the bottom of the table team. And now Santos are bottom of the table. So anyone playing Santos is a great fixture. However, his form isn't amazing. So it's got to be Correa, right? I'm not seeing... Carlos Vicente's playing Norwich, who aren't in the best position. Sorry, Jimbo, if you see this. Norwich is 17th, but he's a 60. He didn't start the last game. I think he's still settling in at Birmingham. I think Carlos Vicente is going to be a really good card in Classic once he gets settled in at Birmingham. But he's not quite in the first team yet. So let's hold off on him. It's got to be Correa. Now, who do we captain? I quite like the idea of captaining one of these defenders. But I think if Correa is in the team, we'll need a good performance from him. So we might as well captain him. Because if he gives us a 30, he's going to ruin our game week anyway. And I wouldn't know which defender to pick. So I'm not going to go for a defender. Goalkeeper hasn't been in great form, even with great fixtures. And then Misic has got a tricky away fixture. So Correa has to be captain. Oh, a Mexican card as captain in season. I love that. You thought you could get away. Sorare thought they could hurt me by not releasing Mexican in season cards. I found a loophole. One of them gets to play as my classic card. Beautiful. Happy with that lineup. Got a notification. You cleared level 1. Oh, I cleared level 1 on this. Beautiful. Claim prize. 2,000 essence. Let's go shopping. Let's buy a Premier League pack. We want a 3-star card so that we can spin the wheel one more time. Give us a 3. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Should we buy one more? Let's buy one more. We need a 3-star. We need a 3-star. We need a 3-star so I can spin the wheel. These aren't good. These are not good football players. Van de Ven is better. Should be a 3-star, surely. Gakpo should be a 3-star. Come on. They're a bit harsh with their star ratings, aren't they? How much essence did we win? Should we open another one? Right, we're searching for that. We're searching for that 3-star. I mean, a nice animated card, but not a 3-star. All right. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. All right. So let's have a quick look then at the winter set for the next round of fixtures, where let's start getting building, shall we? So what I like to do, if possible, I want all the games on Saturday so that I can have another go on Sunday. But if there's not good fixtures, I'm not gonna like pick a bad team just because they're on Saturday. So who's actually got a good fixture here? Nick Pope's got City away, Man United, Everton away. Brentford are playing Brighton at home. That's quite a nice fixture. Brighton are not doing that great, but I mean his scores haven't been amazing, have they? Sevilla are playing Getafe. I don't think I've got many starting goalkeepers. West Ham are playing Bournemouth. Could go for Villarreal again. Could go for Luis Jr. Okay, let's just temporarily put Kelleher in just because he's got a Saturday fixture. Have we got any Chelsea cards? Who have we got from Chelsea? Because they're playing Burnley at home. That's a great game. Hato should be playing, right? But then his scores have been dog dirt. But he should be playing with Kukurea not playing. Although I can't. He's not been good enough. Man City. Ait Nouri. Ooh, Ryan Ait Nouri. Are we projecting a Ryan Ait Nouri start? Ryan Ait Nouri should be starting. Who's the other left back Man City have? I think it's Riley, no? Who's he been playing at left back instead? Ah, forget it. If they're saying Ait Nouri, I quite like the idea of an Ait Nouri pick, unless I see someone better. Crystal Palace are playing Wolves on Sunday. That's a good fixture. Who's playing? That's probably their second best fixture, but then Palace haven't been great. I think we're going to have to go for Ait Nouri at Man City. It's a Saturday fixture as well. Happy days. Chelsea, Burnley. Enzo Fernandez it's got to be him, right? It's got to be Enzo Fernandez. Szoboszlai is a good option too. He didn't play the last game. He was suspended, so he's going to be fully fresh for Nottingham Forest. But it's away. But then I do like the idea of Szoboszlai. But it's on a Sunday, so that could decide who we pick on that one. Cole Palmer, and then one more. The sensible thing is probably Szoboszlai. But then I could build a second lineup on Sunday with Gakpo and Szoboszlai both from Liverpool. Cunha on a Monday. All right, let's not think about the Sunday thing. So if we're not thinking about the Sunday thing, that means we can change the goalkeeper to who had a better fixture on a Sunday. The Villarreal goalkeeper. And then we will... I've captained Cole Palmer in 2 lineups. So I feel like I should captain something. I want to spread the pain. I feel like captain Enzo on that one. That's not bad. Not a bad lineup. Right, let's go back to Pro. Where were we? So we've built our Premier League lineups. We've built our La Liga lineups. We've built our contender in season. So now let's build the classic lineups. There's a K-League comp. J-League. There's a J-League and there's no MLS. Just J-League from the new ones. Right. Champion. So we should still have a lot of Chelsea cards left over for Division 1. We don't have our goalkeeper Sanchez, but we do have Crystal Palace goalkeeper against Wolves, which is, they've not been in the best of form, but Wolves at home could be a nice fixture for him. Let me just double check everyone else. Jordan Pickford's got Man United at home. Alaves, I do like the idea of building an Alaves. Like, yeah, it's got to be Jordan Henderson. Reece James didn't play the last game, did he? And he's had a week rest, Reece James. So I think we go Reece James, obviously play him in right back. Haven't you had enough heartache from Luis Jr.? Oh, shall I take him out, Kerry? Shall I take him out? You're right. I do have Luis Jr. playing in season as well. You've got in my head, Kerry. You've got in my head. I think that is perfectly good logic. Haven't I had enough Luis Jr. pain? Let's pick another goalkeeper. We could go for Brentford at home to Brighton then. The only thing... I think the only reason I wanted Luis Jr. is because he has a Sunday fixture. And it makes me feel better that I've picked one player on a Saturday, two players on a Sunday. If I play a Sunday-only lineup, I could put Luis Jr. in another lineup with Szoboszlai and Gakpo. And then I'll need a defender and someone else playing on a Sunday. This guy's smashing it for Strasbourg. Not against Marseille in the last game, but against Lyon, who are third. No, it's a tricky fixture for him. But, you know, I'd chuck him in maybe. Or this defender. Yeah, this defender's playing Lorient at home, and he's been doing good lately. So I could build another Sunday lineup with Luis Jr. I take Szoboszlai out for someone who's playing on Saturday. This is what I said I didn't want to do. I said I didn't want to pick players just because of they're not playing on the same day. And here I am, not listening to my own advice. This boy's playing on a Friday, but against Marseille. Jared Bowen against Bournemouth. What do we think of Jared Bowen? Yes, West Ham haven't been, but his scores have been all right lately. Bournemouth are 9th. But I feel like West Ham got a good result in their last game against Man United. They drew. They beat Burnley, so they can beat. So, you know, they narrowly lost to Chelsea, so they might be putting up a bit of a run, West Ham, here. And if we do that, that allows me to play Szoboszlai on the Sunday. I think this is the look. I think this is the lineup. And I think I'm going to go all out on Cole Palmer. Nope. Stick to my logic. Stick to my logic of spreading the pain. Okay. Everyone plays on Saturday, and then I can build a goalkeeper and Liverpool boys and then random French cards that I've got knocking about for a Sunday lineup. Look at that. Another 1,000 essence. Right. What are we doing? Classic. Where am I? Where am I? In my office. What am I thinking? Another notification. We've seen that one. A big thank you to Zooter, by the way, who's not in the stream today, but he gave me these 2 K-League cards. And, you know, they're not got crazy L15s, but, you know, I really appreciate that. So thank you, Zooter. If anybody else wants to send me free cards, I'll pretty much take anyone. Right. So, we need to build our champion lineup. So far, we've got Reece James and we've got Henderson. I suppose we could play Chalobah. His last scores haven't been great. Fofana's scores are better, but Fofana, you never know if he's going to miss a game. Or we could pick another Crystal Palace defender. We could go for like a LaCroix. Let's go Fofana. We've got Fofana in season as well, so we're adding to our pain if this doesn't work. But Cole Palmer, Moisey Caicedo. Up front, we will play. We don't have any Chelsea strikers left. Liam Delap or Garnacho. No. Or Esteval. Will Esteval play? They think it's going to be Estevao on the right, Neto and Palmer. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm disagreeing with Rotaway here. I think Andre Santos might get a game, and Fernandez will play as the number 10. Palmer plays instead of Estevao. So I'm not. I've been stung by Estevao lately, so I'm not going to go there. I don't have to pick a Chelsea forward as well. We could go for a Crystal Palace forward. We could go for Sarr, who's got himself a goal midweek. So we could go for the Crystal Palace goalkeeper and striker. The other option is Bowen, who's been in a good run. We could go for Bowen to Lewandowski, but I quite like the idea of putting all the Barcelona players together. Anthony Gordon, tricky fixture. Ooh, Guedes. Guedes at home to Oviedo. Came off the bench against Real Madrid. Do we think Guedes plays for Sociedad? They're saying he's not going to play. Oh no, they're saying he is going to play. Here he is. Why didn't he play against Real Madrid? Because he was on great form before that. They're playing bottom of the table in Spain. They're playing the 20th team and 20th. I've got to go with that. Wait, no. I'm building another Sociedad lineup, aren't I? No, I'm not. Forget it. I'm building another Alaves lineup. Ever thought of keeping some Chelsea boys back for Arena? Oh, Kerry, you know what? I've just never had any joy with Arena this season. So I don't even try Arena anymore. But I'm tempted. You know. I just think with Champion, you can win. It's like, say if you get in the top 1,000, you can get like 1,000 essence. Whereas with Arena, you have to finish in like the top 2 places to kind of get a good reward. So for me, this is like a riskier way, but the upside's much higher here. That's why I don't go Arena. I've never really enjoyed Arena, but all I need is 1 week where I win something fun in Arena, and I'll be like playing Arena every week. But maybe we keep a Chelsea lineup for Arena. If we do that, we go Chalobah. Maybe take out one of the midfielders, Palmer or Caicedo. Possibly Caicedo. So, we pick a goalkeeper like Pickford. So we could go Pickford, Chalobah, Caicedo. And then we need a forward and we need one more card. So we could go Bowen, Pickford, Caicedo. I might do an Arena. With Bowen, Pickford, Chalobah, Caicedo, and then one extra. Possibly another Chelsea card. Andre Santos could be a fun one. Andre Santos could be a nice one. And then if that's the case, we need to fill this lineup out with Declan Rice could be a nice pick here. Declan Rice away at Spurs. Because the thing about Rice, even if Arsenal don't win, he's on corners, he's on free kicks. He gets a lot of dangerous passes in the final third. So we could go Declan Rice. And I want to save the Barcelona boys. Could put a Palace defender with the Palace goalkeeper. Umar Soleil's playing Bologna, but he's got a little injury, has he? Oh, dear. Elliot Anderson, tricky fixture. Wharton's scores have been rubbish lately. Nkunku, do we give Nkunku another chance? He is playing Parma. And he has been starting all of these games for AC Milan. But he only gives you a good score if he gets a goal involvement. I don't like that for Division 1. No, I'm going to pick Caicedo. I think I'm not going against Arena, but I'm just thinking I could double up on the Chelsea defense here with Chalobah and Caicedo and pick someone else for Arena. So in this lineup, we're really gambling on a Chelsea clean sheet because we've got James, Fofana and Chalobah. we're also really gambling they all play. But if it's a big risk, but if they all play and keep a clean sheet, there could be 3 good scores for the defenders. And then Caicedo, Palmer, and Guedes can all pop. I think Guedes captain. Isn't Soleil on pens now? Yeah, oh, is he? I saw he got a good score a few weeks ago. Was that because he was on pens? Yeah, he's on pens. But he's injured. Or potentially injured. Should we see what RotoWire says for Soleil to play? Because he's been a great card in general for me ever since I got him. Where is Udinese? Udinese, Soleil questionable. Yeah, he's too risky to pick this week. But going forward, if it's only a little injury like they're saying it is. Omar Soleil season, everybody. Look at these scores. Beautiful. Right, second lineup. You know what? I don't like playing the Crystal Palace goalkeeper in this lineup. I should pick the Crystal Palace goalkeeper in another lineup and put him with all the Crystal Palace defenders. Which means I'm looking at Pickford for this lineup, and he's not going to make that. Against Man United, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's Division 1, forget it. We won't put the goalkeeper with the defenders. Because what if they let me down? What if they don't keep a clean sheet? Then I've spread the... We're spreading the pain this way. Right, Pickford in Division 2. That makes more sense. Oh no, we said we were going to pick an Alaves. An Alaves stack against Girona. Which doesn't look sensible now. Girona are above them in the table. And they've been doing rubbish, Alaves. Or maybe not Alaves. Let's come back to goalkeeper. Crystal Palace defenders against... Now, why didn't Tyreek Mitchell play today? He came off the bench. He got 3 minutes. So he came off the bench right at the end of the game. Does that mean Munoz now plays the next... Mitchell now plays the next game? His scores haven't been great either way, so forget him. Forget him. We're going to go for the Richards and the LaCroix double up. I've got to put Dean Henderson in this lineup, haven't I? Still not used that Declan Rice. Maybe Declan Rice should be in here instead of Chalobah. And we save Chalobah for Arena. Because I quite like the idea of captain Declan Rice. Regardless of how they do against Spurs, I think he has a big game. So, back to Crystal Palace defense. Barcelona attack could be an option here. Could go for Barcelona. Could be also another fun arena team. Could go for, once we know the starting lineup, I'll know whether to go for Lewandowski or Ferran Torres because I've got both of them, and I don't know who's going to play. And then I could play them alongside my Barcelona boys. Girona turned over Barca the other night. Crazy ending. Yeah, that was. That makes me a bit less sure about picking the Barcelona boys. Midfield, Frankie de Jong against Levante. I guess this is an easier fixture than Girona. So I think we can go ahead with some Barcelona confidence here. Will Dani Olmo play? That is a question I want to know. Will Dani Olmo start for Barcelona? RotoWire says it will be Dani Olmo and Frankie de Jong in the middle with Firmin. They don't think Lewandowski starts. They think Ferran Torres starts. Garcia's questionable. That's good to know because I've got a Garcia. Kunde, did they say Kunde starts? Kunde at right back. So we could go for Kunde. Although banking on the Barcelona defense is always a silly idea. Always a silly idea. So if Dani Olmo plays and Ferran Torres starts, where's Torres? Oh dear, 40%. Terrible scores lately. Maybe we don't go for either. Maybe we go for Jared Bowen. And we play Kunde there. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together. The Palace boys are back. And then... Oh, and then we go... Pickford? Home to Man United. We captain Frankie de Jong. And... Kunde's one that I'm not certain about. Just because it's banking on the Barcelona defense always seems silly, but... We've not got that many great options, have we? Saar, possibly. Saar at home to Wolves. Kind of makes sense to have Saar. Been scoring lately. Didn't score against Burnley. And Wolves will probably be a similar game to Burnley at home. But he has scored in all the other games. And if I've got 3 Crystal Palace defenders, that just makes me want to swap the goalkeeper even more. Kerry's back. Welcome back, Kerry. Where were you, Kerry? Where did you go? What did you do? We missed you. Okay, I'm going to play Pickford in my first lineup. And then we'll build our all-star lineups. So we are really going all out on Crystal Palace here, which is crazy because Crystal Palace have been rubbish this season, but it's Wolves. It's 13th v 20th. So I have to go all out on Wolves. Probably captain Saar. If we're going all out on Palace, we need them to keep a clean sheet now and Saar to do something up front. If ever Crystal Palace were going to turn their season around, it's at home to Wolves. So that's just sensible. So raring. Big up Amreezy and the other Kerry. What does this mean? Tawi is New Zealand? And Ifata. Let Kerry and Kerry's unite. Wolves drew 2-2 with Arsenal. Don't under... Yes, Kerry. Oh, no. Why have you told me that? Why have you reminded me of that? Oh, yes, you're very right. You are very right, Kerry. And... Oh, you've just thrown a spanner. We're starting again. We're starting again. Dean Henderson's going back in this lineup. I'll make a full Palace lineup without the goalkeeper in like a Division 3, a lower priority lineup. Oh, I just had an idea. Maybe I should go for Crystal Palace stack in. No. I tell you what, Kufal might be a decent shout. Love seeing people's heartaches while building teams. I know. This when I used to do these Sorare episodes off live, when they weren't live, all of this was done off camera, and you just got to see the final result. So I hope there's some worth in seeing that. Okay, well, but you're right, and that's why I like doing it right. Because if this was me building it on my own, I would have built that Crystal Palace heavy stack. But you are right. Palace have been dreadful, and Wolves have actually been quite good lately. So the league table might be lying. So I'll put all the Palace players in another lineup together. Kufval just put 100. So we got to pick him again. He's just put 100 up. The Barcelona defender, let's go for Barcelona defender then. That allows us to have a bit of a Barcelona vibe going off. Who's the extra Barcelona player? Fermin. They predicted Fermin to start. Where's Fermin? Fermin Lopez. They're giving him a 40% chance, sorry. I quite like the idea of going for the 240% and hoping they surprise us. Why was he so bad against Girona? Lost possession 7 times. Made 1 foul. It's not so much that he was bad against Barcelona, Girona. It's just that he didn't do anything. He got 1 point for passing. 1 for attacking. He just didn't do anything. And then Lewandowski, on the other hand, is too risky to pick. It's like... he came off the bench against Girona, so maybe he starts because he was benched in the last game. So I think he's got a bit better chance to play, but then RotoWire says that it will be Ferran Torres. Now, the other thing to think about is if Lewandowski doesn't start, he'll come off the bench. Because he always comes off the bench, even if he doesn't start. So coming off the bench, could he get a goal? It's too good of a fixture not to risk either Lewandowski or the other one. But then Jared Bowen, we know Jared Bowen starts, and we know he's been putting up some good involvements lately. So maybe we just stop thinking about Barcelona so much. And if we're playing Pickford, maybe we could double up on the Everton with James Garner, who should give us a 60 score on average. And then there's the potential of a peak. So this lineup is all about Everton are going to do well. West Ham are going to... Bowen will do well. 2 West Ham shirts. That pleases the OCD. And then 3 Barcelona cards. Have we got any other Everton defenders? What's Milenko? Is Milenko fit? Milenko and Branthwaite are both fit. Branthwaite had a great score there. Won a penalty. Mikolenko, sorry. Terrible scores lately. We could go for an Everton triple up. Nah, that's silly. That's silly. Captain. Do we go on recent form? Danny Olmo's been putting up some pretty crazy scores lately. And Frankie de Jong has been too, but he has a few random doesn't plays. So I think we go, and he's got the highest L15. Let's go for recent pass. Right, that's it. I'm not changing that lineup again. He says as he looks at James Garner and thinks, should we go for someone else? Right, All-Star. Let's build some Mexico lineups. We're not in Division 1 anymore. I know this is going to be in Division 1. This is going to be our Division 1 lineup next week. So, who are Tigres playing? Tigres are playing Pachuca. Santos are terrible. I'm not falling for that. Onana's playing a team 9th. Not bad. I think we go Tigres. I think we go Tigres full stack. Are the Tigres defenders going to be playing? Angulo 60%. Paratas 30%. All right, we're not going to go for Tigres defenders. We never go for Tigres defenders. We never manage to have them. Porto are playing Rio Ave, who are 15th. That could be a nice chance to get some Thiago Silva love. And this lineup is called Thiago Silva Forever. So we've got to play Thiago Silva in this lineup. Where's Dimitrovic? Who's Dimitrovic playing? Not Dimitrovic. Sergio, what's he called? Dominguez. The 20% chance to play. Why? Because he's played against Genk? Okay, we can't play Sergio Dominguez. That's who we would have liked to have usually played in our Division 1 lineup. We're saving Chalobah for a arena lineup. Or are we? Or are we? Maybe we scrap the arena plan. POV's playing Chivas, who are top of the table. Second v first. That's going to be a good game. Good game for me to watch that. Cruz Azul v Chivas. Second v first. So I can't pick him. That's a tricky fixture. Santa Maria scores have been a bit terrible lately. I'm not seeing any good defenders. I'm not liking this. So I think Trevor Chalobah might have to get the All-Star Division 1 spot. 2 Chelsea shirts as well. That helps with the OCD. Silver and Chalobah with the Chelsea shirts. We like that. And then we go, where's Juan Brunetta? Uh-oh. Where is Juan Brunetta. Is he suspended or not going to be playing? What happened? He was benched last game. So I thought he 100% plays this game if he was benched last game. Scores haven't been that great lately, to be fair to Brunetta. Chivas started strong this year. They did. Is Little P still there? Let's take a look. I don't think he is. I think he retired. Or he's on like the bench and doesn't get... He's just there as like a kind of figurehead. Let's take a look at... Yeah, he's not there anymore, Chicharito. And they are saying that Brunetta will play. They think Brunetta will play. And I think Brunetta will play because he was benched last game. But it is Division 1. Do I want to take a risk? I mean, Tigres do have some good in-form midfielders as well. Lainez has been doing well. Lainez has been putting up some pretty good scores lately. So I think Lainez possibly ahead of Brunetta. And then we've used our Angel Correa somewhere else. So this makes me think, because we've got 2 Tigres players, maybe we don't put any more Tigres players in this lineup so that we get that 2% bonus. And we play Plavecino, who's playing Chivas. Paradella's playing Chivas. Could double up on the Cruz Azul boys. I don't think Chivas have a watertight defense. So I think... There's Gorian as well if we want to double up on Tigres. Or triple up on Tigres. Quite like the idea of doubling up on those two. Juca's playing Pumas. I quite like the idea of going against Santos and going for Cambindo, playing against Santos. But then again, Leon aren't great. But then it's Santos. Pau Victor is playing 8th at home. Still got Anthony Gordon. Still got Saar. Saar's going to be used in a Crystal Palace heavy lineup somewhere. Nkunku, Lewandowski, and Juca. Juca's got the best fixture. Pumas 10th. Juca's going to score at some point. He's going to score at some point, Juca, right? And when he does, I want to be there. So this is what I'm thinking. 2 Cruz Azul, 2 Tigres. Juca, we need a goal at some point. Captain Lainez. No, Captain Thiago Silva. And rock and roll. Right, I'm going to build one more lineup in All-Star with Crystal Palace players. Maybe Onana in goal. Is that crazy? Maybe Santos goalkeeper in goal. Because yes, Santos are terrible. But this could be a close game that they narrowly lose. And he could make a lot of saves. Pau Victor Rare was my first card reward of the season. Can't recall any other card rewards, lol. Yeah, me too. Well, he wasn't my first result. My first reward this season was Anthony Gordon, I think. Was it Anthony Gordon? Okay, Santos goalkeeper because I like Payne. Or Monaco. I'm not had to look at Monaco. They're playing they're playing top of the table away. Forget that. Necaxa are playing Toluca. That's not a great fixture. Atlas are playing... Ooh, Atlas are playing San Luis. Now, these are 2 terrible scores in his last games. But they were against Pachuca and I can't really justify that low score against Pumas. But then he was doing well before that. It's not like we've got many good options in goal. Is this the Crystal Palace lineup? Is All-Star where we're going to put the Crystal Palace lineup? He says, as he's literally building it. And if so, should this be a Division 3? I've got this will be Division 2, and this will be Division 2, and I've got 1 Division 3. I think we'd be optimistic. and we put this in Division 2. Adam Wharton. I want to pick Adam Wharton because I want to keep building the Palace vibes, but no, we can't. We can't, in all good faith, pick Adam Wharton. Do we go Mitchell as well? Triple up on the Crystal Palace defenders. Elliot Anderson's playing Liverpool, but his scores have been good. And he got a good score against Fenerbahce. Got a good score against Palace. 82 with no goal involvement tells me it might be Elliot Anderson's season. Do you have, first of all, Jivik? I'm going to say Jivik, welcome to the chat. Good to have you here. You're not a name I recognize a lot, so welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you're a lurker, then fine. He was subbed off today. What minute was he subbed off on? Because that's good knowledge. Thanks for that knowledge. He was subbed off on 64 minutes. So unless he hobbled off, I would read that as they're resting him for the league. Unless you watched the game. I didn't see the game. If he went off injured, that might be something I need to know. So we have a quick Google of that. Not Haiti. Injury. Oh, let's just see what news is saying. News in the last hour. He might not be injured. He might not be injured. I think there would be some mention of him injured here, no? I think he's all right. I think he's all right. But that's something I'll check maybe later tonight or tomorrow morning when we get a bit more news on that injury. But if he comes out, I'll have to just shove another defender in there. Elliot Anderson is in good form, but it is Liverpool. So maybe Gorian and... No, Gorian's going in my better lineup. He's not going in this lineup. Oh, MLS is back. Like Kerry was saying earlier, nice to see MLS players. I think this is my only MLS card. The first ever Sorare card I won. Ever. In my life. Ever. Also, Jan-Nicholas Bester is the first Sorare card I bought with big money, in quotes. Back when I first joined Sorare, you needed to buy a certain amount of money and then you got free credits. I think like 20 euros free. So I bought this guy and then he's been like doing nothing for like ages. Like he's had a horrible time, been sent out on loan to various clubs. But like back in the day, Jan-Nicholas Bester was a smasher. So I've unfrozen from the vault this week because I've seen he's now back in the first team and putting up some okay scores for Freiburg. And they've got an okay game at home. So I think I quite fancy gambling on him because I love him as a player because of Sorare. And then we go for... Who's Kaminsky playing now? That's not a good fixture. That's not a good fixture. One more. One more midfielder. It'll have to be Elliot Anderson. It will have to be Elliot. And where's Gibbs White? Is he injured or something? No, I like the idea of putting Elliot Anderson and Gibbs White together. Oh, no, not together. Spread it out. Spread the pain. Bester was cast for Heidenheim. That's who it was. When he was at Heidenheim, that's who I had. That's when I had him. This is the Heidenheim shirt as well. So I had him. I bought him at Heidenheim when I was like, this guy's getting so many assists. I think he was on corners. He would always get assists. And even though Heidenheim weren't that great, his scores were ballistic. So I hope he gets back to that. You know, we want to see him back to his best. He's back at that level of Bundesliga club. Like, I think Freiburg maybe is similar to Heidenheim. So, we've not built this lineup. All right, this is the last lineup I'm building. Bundes 2, he was a smasher. Yeah. Jivit, you said you read on Twitter that he's injured. Oh, no. Yeah, it might just be not in the news yet. Oh, that's a shame. Let's just work out what we're going to do if he is injured. if he is injured. Mitchell will play in defense. So if he is injured, we won't triple up on the defense. We will play someone else like Santiago Mourinho, like Gorian. We've got options. I'll put LaCroix in there just for now. In fact, no, if Twitter's saying he's injured, that means he's going to be a risk. Because even if the news comes out that he's okay, they'll say something like it won't be 100% certain chance to play. So let's work out the B team now. We could play Balde. Could go for the we'll go for the Barcelona forward here. This is the risky lineup. So we'll play Lewandowski. And no, maybe not. Ugh, more headaches. What's Semedo's fixture like? Ooh. Semedo's got a good game. Hasn't scores been that great. Could always gamble that Adam Wharton finally does something for them. Like a 60 against Burnley wasn't bad, but just can't, in all good confidence, put Adam Wharton in a... With Lewandowski, he'll come off the bench. He'll do something. Right. Thanks for the heads up, Jivic. And let me know if Jivic is even correct. Like, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Jivic is what I'm feeling. Right. Last lineup with the Tigres leftovers. I'm playing Brunetta. This lineup is called I Love Juan Brunetta. And I'm taking a gamble here that Juan Brunetta, even though it's 40%, even though power grading an E, you've got to live. We've got to live, guys. So we'll put the Tigres leftovers here. We'll put asking for pain in goal. Semedo will go in this lineup. Nelson Semedo. And then if it's a Fenerbahce goalkeeper, maybe we keep the Turkish league theme going in goal. Maybe we give Onana the game. Sure, most of his scores are terrible, but now and again he makes a save. He made a save that many games ago, and he's playing a team who are 9th. They're 3rd. Away from home, so maybe that means he makes lots of saves. Zero logic here. Also, it's All-Star, so I can use the other goalkeepers in other leagues. Tengalier for Alaves. Oof. Terrible score. He used to be a good card. I think Santiago Mourinho might be the play. Or POV. Yes, it's a tricky fixture, but he likes a fiery game. So we go for Cruz Azul. We go for Cambindo against Santos. And Kerry did mention Pau Victor. Now I've got Pau Victor in my head. Yeah, Pau Victor. Maybe as the forward. Where is he? There he is. In fact, we'll put 2 forwards in this lineup. Let's put Cambindo in there. He's playing Santos. You do not go... Santos, like, they're a wounded animal right now. They're going to be Pau Victor captain because, Kerry, this is all on you because you mentioned Pau Victor. All you didn't even recommend him. All you said was he was one of your first rewards this season. That's enough for me to captain him. No. Kerry, sorry. Juan Brunetta is a captain. When you have even 40%, Juan Brunetta, captain. Because I'm feeling against Sorare on this one. Right, I've rambled a lot this one. 1 hour and a half already. Jeez, that's me done, guys. I'm off to eat some more pancakes because I made way too much pancake batter yesterday. I did that on purpose so I could make more pancakes today. So I'm going to have a pancake after this. Good luck with your Sorare weekends. I wish nothing but success, rewards, cash. If you do see this video in the future, like, subscribe, give me K-League tips, give me any tips really. Thanks to everyone who's joined me in the chat today. I appreciate it. We go again. I'll be back on Monday for a live Sorare stream. Monday, Thursdays. My times have shifted. I now do all my streams at 7 p.m. UK time. I've moved my start time by half an hour because it just works out better for me on my side. So 7 p.m. all my streams, Monday to Thursday. Monday, Thursday, Sorare. Tuesday, Wednesday, MFL. I'll see you next week. Thank you, Kerry. Really appreciate it. Always nice chatting with you in stream, Kerry. Appreciate it. I'll see you next week. Peace.